Good morning, my health conscious fit family out there on YouTube. This is Sean Bond back here with another video. I've taken a small layoff from posting videos. Been doing a lot of focusing on my personal life, trying to get things in order. You know, as we all go through ups and downs, both mentally and physically. Got to get your shit together, get your head on straight. So that's what I'm doing. And during this whole time, I've never stopped training. I still train 5 days a week. Diet, it jolts up and down. Sometimes I fall off the wagon, just like anybody else. But today, April 1st, start my morning. I had a big, giant thermos of coffee. I actually prefer the instant coffee. It's quicker to make, and I feel like it's a little more concentrated. I feel a little bit more when it comes to the caffeine content and the energy. Basically started my day with that. Did a little bit of sugar-free caramel syrup in it and some Splenda, and that was it. I got the energy going, and now I'm out for a 45-minute walk around my neighborhood. That's the way I'm going to start my day before I have my first meal. The diet, I'm going to start myself like I'm going to go into a competition right now. I'm already probably around the 12% body fat. I'm guessing I weigh about 208 pounds. So right now I'm going to go on an 8-week, basically shred down diet like I would be competing on an upcoming event, though I'm not. I like to challenge myself like that. Gives you something to strive for. So today I'll be doing pretty much low carbs. I'm not cutting carbs completely out. I'll keep this fairly low. My fat's going to be very low. My protein's going to be high. So I always aim, if I'm 208 pounds, I'm going to be aiming at 208 grams of protein. We're right in that range. As for meals, I'll probably try to get 5 meals in a day. 2 of those will be protein shakes, 2 scoops, and either unsweetened almond vanilla milk or just water. That way, that's 50 grams of protein right there with the 2 scoops each time, so 100 grams altogether there. As for my workout, I do a workout split, so today is shoulders and biceps because I did miss a day this week. I like to get all my body parts in, but usually I start my beginning of the week on Sundays. Sunday is usually chest day. I'll do chest and abs. Try to get in my 45-minute walk, either fast in the mornings or post-workout after my workout. Next day will be typically back. Next day will be shoulders. Next day will be arms. I do the bis and tris all in one day. Each one of those, I do throw in abs 3 days a week. And then usually either a rest day and then legs, or legs and then a couple rest days in a row, because I do go lower reps. I'm trying to stay away from too much high volume, which I've always done. I'm aiming more towards heavyweight, low reps, 3 working sets, progressively going heavier until I reach that 5 rep range, 5 to 7 rep range. All out failure on those. Trying to maintain all the muscle mass I've got right now while I'm dieting down. If I do, sometimes I'll switch that up. If I do decide to throw arms in with the workout, it'll usually be chest and biceps together, and then back and triceps. Shoulders is always done on its own with traps. I throw traps in there too. And then just repeat. Same thing, week after week. Consistency is what is the key here. You got to stay consistent. If you don't stay consistent, you're not going to reach the goals that you have. Like I said, it takes 2 or 3 weeks to really start seeing results. If you've watched my channel before, you'll see I've experimented with all kinds of different dieting, from keto carnivore, sugar fasting, and they all work in the short term, but none of my, in my opinion, are sustainable. Best is just to have a healthy nutritional lifestyle, depending on what your goals are. Carbohydrates are not the enemy, calories are. So I definitely monitor my calories to see where I'm at in my maintenance, and I keep myself in a deficit. Throughout this whole process, I will stay in a deficit. I'll be having no cheat meals for the next 8 weeks. Once I reach my goal, then I can go into a maintenance phase where I will incorporate a couple refeed days of just eating what I want. Not all day, but a meal or two that I am, craving. As for when it comes to my carbohydrates, I will pretty much stay low carbohydrates, and every third or fourth day, one meal before I go to bed, I will do a carb load day, or a meal, sorry. Usually consists of oatmeal, sweet potato, banana, protein shake, and that's going to help spike my insulin, reset my nervous system, reset my metabolism, and also give you some more mental clarity of being able to keep going on and not feeling like you're starving. So it also gives something to look forward to. So every third or fourth day, even though it's one meal, the carbohydrates I take in are all healthy carbs from fruits or grains, no sugars, extra sugars and stuff like that, but that is something to look forward to. So I look really forward to that one meal. I usually do that before bed. Helps you get a better night's sleep. Then you wake up, you go back to your normal routine. That's just something I do, something I was trained to do through different coaches when I was shredding down for different competitions back in the day. I do have approximately 30 years experience in the fitness industry, from both competitive bodybuilding, personal training. I've owned a supplement company called Thermo One. Just all around. I've been a coach, so all this is very familiar to me. It's just when you're doing yourself, it's a different beast than when you're being coached. Sorry, I paused that for a second. There was a barking dog. Couldn't hear. But yeah, and in the past, I've had a very successful YouTube channel, as I've told everybody, where it was a cooking channel where I made healthy nutritional meals that were low in calorie but amazing in taste. And I used to also do a lot of training videos as well. I've trained many celebrities locally and abroad, and made videos on that in the past. But yeah, this is the start of this channel, and the goal here is just to keep consistent with it and inform everybody who's interested in, whether it's bodybuilding, just personal fitness, staying in shape, and overall health. That's the key. Overall health, longevity. At my age now, I still train pretty much the same. I still feel pretty much the same. I don't feel like I've aged very much. Maybe physically a little bit, but overall, I get my blood work done twice a year. Blood work's always perfect. I do take TRT because being a competitive bodybuilder in the days, of course, I did use PEDs. So now I do use testosterone replacement therapy, and I'll do that for the rest of my life because I just feel good on it. I maintain a certain level of muscularity, energy. It keeps me leaner overall, and just overall feeling, just well-being, especially as you get older. I feel like it's crucial, especially getting anything over 40 years old. And I know today there's been a big decline in testosterone when it comes to even, younger people these days. I don't know if it's something they're putting in the food or overall lifestyle, but it seemed like there's a decline, which didn't used to seem like that was the case. But yeah, I do TRT, so I do get my blood work done twice a year. I do not abuse testosterone. It's a therapy dose. If you guys have any questions. Good morning. Yeah. had a phone call come in for some reason and cut my video off. And I think where I left off with that was talking about sustainability. Getting on a program that's sustainable. And like I said, I will be monitoring everything I do and being on this channel. I think I lost that whole fucking thing. Well, I do apologize for that. I don't know where I left off there. I think I was just looking in the wind, talking to people, but I had 2 phone calls coming back to back, which threw my video off for some reason. I'm not sure about this app I'm using here. Wish it would just go into pause, but it didn't. It threw me out. So I think I left off talking about testosterone. Basically, it's just transparency. So many people out there don't tell you the truth about what's really going on with themselves, their diets. So it leaves a lot of people confused at what they see and read. And my goal, let you know exactly what I do, full transparency, keep it real. It's something I've always prided myself in. It's just keeping it completely real with everyone, which is important because especially with a lot of young people trying to get into fitness these days, they of course turn to YouTube and social media, and that's not always the best place to turn, especially for real information. But I'm going to post throughout this. Like I said, I'm about right now 208. My goal weight is about 195. Like I said, getting ultra shredded, I think around that 195 mark will get me really lean. Maybe not stage ready, but of course that's not something that's sustainable either, that you can do for a long time. But if I can get sub 10%, that's a very, very shredded body and something that's actually sustainable for the long term. Especially through the spring and summer months where I like to keep my shirt off most of the time. So that's important to me. And you just gotta be focused and strive for a goal. That's why I like to pretend like I'm gonna get a competition coming up, and that's what I'm going after. So it kind of keeps it in perspective for myself. But yeah, I'll be posting everything on here, and you can watch the fat loss and how my physique changes, week to week. And I'll try to keep everybody in there. And again, if you have any questions or comments that you got any questions about, maybe even like anything PED related or testosterone related, I will answer each and every comment. That's something I think is very important, because you do get a lot of comments and stuff, and nobody usually responds to those, but I will do that. Take the time out to make sure I answer everybody's questions and comments. So I'm about 40 minutes into this 45-minute walk. I'm back home, and I'm going to go in and have half a grapefruit and probably 3 whole eggs and 1 cup of egg whites and maybe some ground chicken with some spices and stuff, and I'll throw that into the eggs as well. Probably about 4 to 6 ounces of ground chicken. I do eat red meat, but it's usually 97.3, so 97% lean, 3% fat, and I'll eat that until I start getting closer to my goal. I'll start cutting out the red meat, doing more white fish and different lean cuts of chicken, turkey, egg whites. So, not to keep rambling on. You're all joining me. I'm excited to be back on here posting, giving information. Like I said, I do have a lot of experience in this field. I have been on multiple podcasts with different high-end YouTubers, well-known influencers in the industry. So just trying to do my own thing now and be informative and truthful. So stick with me in here, and I will be posting more videos on nutrition, posting some of my meals, how I flavor them up, keep them low calorie, low fat, and I'll also be posting some of my workouts. I kind of gave you an overview of what I do for my workouts, but I'll actually take you through a couple of them, show you form technique and how I actually train. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy. You keep grinding it out, everyone.